South Florida, and welcome to the breakfast at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Take a deep breath and a good whiff of that coffee brewing. Grab yourself some toast, a donut, or any breakfast as Dawn and Freddie get you up and ready for the rest of the day.
So call in at 888-565-1470 to share a tip of the day.
Or just to say good morning. Shake off your sleepies, buckle in, because it's showtime.
And welcome to the Cafe Morning Brew. How you like that?
I like it a
The
lot.
Cafe Morning Brew. I gotta see if Facebook is even cooperating today.
I think it is.
It isn't? Or is it? It is. Welcome to all our friends all over LA, San Francisco, New York, Chicago, all over the freaking place, including Monica
In England.
in England and for Base Health in England.
We have to bring them back on.
We have to make a phone call today because we are going European style.
I have to tell you, I find it very interesting.
Do you?
The whole European take on things. But we're going to talk about that in a little bit. It's Wednesday already. Can you believe that?
Is
I
it?
got to tell you, people who look forward to a day off, not me, because then we're like behind a day after Monday. But we worked all weekend, but yet we were behind a day. But a lot of things, careful on that coffee you brew there.
It's fine.
Welcome to our morning drive, pajama time, whatever everybody's doing right now on 9 o'clock on this Wednesday morning. Sponsored by Don Pablo Coffee Growers and Roasters. So incredible thank you to Darren of Don Pablo, who is the owner, CEO. He's just been above and beyond spectacular to us here at the Brooklyn Cafe Show. And I understand we've got some more coffee coming in.
We got boxes of coffee coming in. We will be giving out some grounded roast because we can't use the grounded anymore. So we're going to put a little contest together on all our multiple shows where you can win a bag of coffee. I'm going to tell you, it's pretty good.
Give us a call.
What's the number?
888-994-4995. Let us know what you are doing on this Wednesday, 9 a.m. I have to tell you, I got a couple things. One is, I just want you to know, I love birds. I love birds. I love to hear birds sing. I love to watch the birds outside our studio, change types of birds. And you told me that they feed the birds. Since all of this pandemic has happened and Mother Nature is happy, I have beautiful blue jays on my patio. I've got gorgeous red cardinals. And now I've got pigeons. But let me tell you about the pigeons. Over the weekend, it was lovely to see these big, and the birds are getting bigger, so I guess they're eating more. They're very happy. They're spectacular. I had 6 on my patio this weekend all at one time, flying in and out. They sit on the ledge through the pass-through. I had a pigeon sitting on my fan, my ceiling fan, which was really adorable.
In Illinois.
And then I had 2 pigeons sitting on the ceiling fan. And then I realized
Now you
this
got a
morning
family.
that they are building a nest in my ceiling fan on my patio,
It's mating season.
which is ever so lovely. However, I'm a little concerned for their welfare because it is on an electrical appliance in the ceiling.
No, haven't you ever seen in the stadiums along Route I-95, those tall lights, all the birds are in there.
So it's okay?
Yeah, it's okay. It's only going to bother you when you turn the fan on.
Or it's going to bother them and I'm going to have eggs flying if I turn the fan on.
Well, you know, the bottom line here is
I'm a
that
little concerned
if you're
about
going to
that.
make a move, you got to do it now before they put the nest together. Once the babies are in there, you're not going to touch
So they're
it.
working on the nest right now. It's pretty fascinating because I watched this morning. I watched them there's 2, bring twigs over. Before I thought they were just hanging out, but this morning I watched them bring pigs over. I showed you the picture. It's sitting right there. That must be the mom. She's just like perched. She's ready. I don't know how big a nest it's going to be.
You don't know how many eggs you're going to have. You're going to hear these tweets when they're hungry.
I got to tell you, I love the singing of the birds. And every spring, I love the birds. However, I'm not so sure it's a good idea for them to be in my ceiling fan. So if any of you have any ideas on what to do about birds building a nest in your ceiling fan on the safety of that, please let me know what to do.
Well, again, it's the convenience and inconvenience because they feel safe doing it up there. I told you that we have blue jays and robins, cardinals, blue jays and cardinals where we live.
Yes.
And there was a blue jay in the front of the house. And there are blackbirds, you know those big blackbirds? And they eat the blue jay's
They don't
eggs.
like that.
So one day I came out to the front and the blue jay is screaming. "Tick, tick, 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 tick." I'm like, what is wrong? And he flies over to where the nest is. And all the blackbirds are bombarding the nest. So he runs back and he's tick, 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 tick. So I took a stick and I got rid of the black birds. So they moved to the back of my house on the right-hand corner. They're there now, the two blue jays, and they've had tons of blue. I got a ton of blue jays.
I love I have to have one of the positive things that for me as far as nature is the birds. Their colors. I saw a woodpecker, a real woodpecker.
Yeah,
Have
we
you ever
have
seen a
one.
woodpecker?
Yeah, we have
I've
one.
never seen a real woodpecker, and it didn't fly away. It was pecking at a tree. I mean, I've seen an ibis. I've seen such beautiful wildlife in my neighborhood during all of this, which is amazing that it is here. However, I'm a little concerned about turning on the fan.
It's funny because we live in a bird sanctuary. There's otters, there's birds, everything but crocodiles.
I'm not a
And-
big fan of those.
But you should, no, me neither. But you should see the size of these birds. I call it the prehistoric birds. And they fly, it's the size from that painting to this painting. It is humongous. I think I'm in dinosaur land.
You know, and I was thinking about that. I watched an alligator or a crocodile. I know the only way you can tell is what? By the size of their nose and the flatness of their head.
No, I don't get that close.
I'm not a big fan of those. I have to say, I'm good with roaches. I'm good with wildlife. I really don't mind anything. Snakes, I'm not a
Roaches?
fan of. I don't mind picking any of that stuff up. I'm not a big fan of reptiles, I must say.
And you know something? I forgot to tell you what I did on Saturday night.
Were you a reptile collector?
No, I went to the drive-in theater. I forgot. I thought that I did it last week and that we talked about it. We didn't talk about it, right?
We did not. How was it?
Have you
And
ever
where'd
been
you
to
go?
a drive-in?
Yes, but when I was a kid out in like North Carolina, I went to see Mad Max in the Thunderdome.
There you go. I went to the one in Fort Lauderdale.
The swap
it's,
shop?
It's called Thunderbolt or something. Yeah, the swap shop. I did work for him. Gio did the work. I actually put the deal together. Gio did the work for that website, I don't know, 7 years ago. So we go in there. We didn't read the sign. The movie started at 11 o'clock.
At night? I'd be long asleep.
So there was a movie before that called Furious 7.
How was it?
So when we went through, I told the young girl, I said, I feel horrible. Now the line goes around the block. Everybody's at the drive-in, you know? I feel horrible because I want to see the 11. So what do I do? She looks around, she says, call a cop. She floored me, because that's what I say. Call a cop. She said, here's a ticket for both movies. She says, hang out. Well, you ain't got nothing else to do. I said, you're right. So we've watched Furious 7. Now, I didn't know the history behind that movie. That young man that played in that movie died at the beginning of the movie.
Right.
So how the hell did they get him in the movie? Do you know the answer to that
I
question?
do not.
If you know the answer to that question, I will give you a bag of coffee. What's the number?
888-994-4995. Yes, he died in the beginning in a car accident, a
Yes,
stunt.
he was decapitated
Yeah.
in a stunt. No, I think he was, I don't know if it was a stunt, but I know he died. And after they mourned, they decided to finish the movie, and they made the movie about family. You got to go see Furious 7. That movie is almost 2.5 hours long. It's the best movie I've ever seen.
Do you stay awake for all these movies?
Well, wait a minute. Then we went to see what we originally went to see, which was Queen and Skinny.
What?
Queen and Skinny.
I never even heard of that.
It was in the movie theaters. And they're only playing old movies.
Queen and Skinny?
Queen and Skinny is about a black couple, boyfriend and girlfriend. She was an attorney, and I don't know what he did. He got pulled over by the police, a white cop, racist, and he got into a scuffle, and the cop shot the girl, the attorney delayed, and the guy wrestled with him. He took the gun away, he shot the cop, and it's about the chase of chasing these guys down. I think it's a real story because they had pictures and everything else that looked like this was a flashback. But under the circumstances of what's going on right now in the news, I can't believe how things go around. But what a fantastic movie theater deal. And in the drive-in, all the movies are around you. So if you change to the FM station of that movie, you can actually see that. You can see 5 movies if you want.
How many movies are there
13 times 2.
in one parking lot?
26 movies.
Really? Did you see, actually, my kids sent it to me. They are turning Hard Rock Stadium, Dolphin Stadium, into a drive-in movie theater for the summer.
On the field or inside the stadium?
One inside the stadium and one outside the stadium. Inside the
How are they gonna
stadium is
do it?
going to
They're gonna
hold
put a quad.
250 cars.
They're gonna, wow, that's what they should have done a long time ago.
I saw that. Actually, Chelsea sent that to me, and everyone went, no. So the news released that yesterday, that they're turning that in for the summer. I guess they'll be ready to go for football season. But they said it's, I guess, a long time in coming, and people, since movie theaters and event spaces are closed for now, that they're going to be doing this drive-in movie, which
Do
is
you know
kinda
how
cool.
easy it is to do that?
I'm just wondering how they drive onto the field. What are they going to take away
No,
to
no,
drive
no,
on?
no. They're not going to do it inside the field. They're going to do it outside the field. There's no way in the world you're going to do it inside the field with cars. It won't hold that many cars.
Right? But even if they did, what do you do with all the seats and all that? There's no way to do that,
No,
right?
they won't do that. They're going to do it outside the stadium. They should do it at Marlins Park as well, but I hear the baseball is coming back. But the funny thing is, you know how easy it is to do a drive-in? It's just a Wi-Fi relay on your radio station that's blank. It's an override, like an HD1 or something like that, and it just plays on your radio. It's the easiest, most convenient, beautiful thing I've ever seen.
There's so many, and you just need a parking lot to do that. And then I saw that summer camps are going to be opening up because they have been approved to open up under all of, the guidelines. However, space is a huge guideline. So now with some empty retail space, they're looking to turn some of these
Malls.
camps, some of these locations like the YMCA, put them into open retail space right now, because then you have the space to space them out. Then again, what are you going to need? You're going to need camp counselors, you're going to need teachers, so it re-enhances the economy by using empty space. Now, does it upset me that there's empty retail space? Yes, because that means something had to go out for something else to come back in. But if our kids can actually get the benefit of something right now, I think that to me has been the hardest part, is watching the kids, the teachers pack up their classrooms, watching the kids not have any closure, not go back and see their friends, not go back and see their teachers. The elementary school, the high school kids, I think they're like, yeah, whatever, I'm done, high five, gotta go. But the little kids, this is what life is. This is your childhood. And to me, part of childhood is socializing and socialization, and that was taken from them. And that makes me sad. That
It
actually
wasn't,
makes me
okay,
cry.
hold on. It's not taken from.
The school experience.
They've got to find another way of bringing it back. It
So the
wasn't.
school year is now over.
Yes, that's okay. But the school year in Florida is never over. You go to school right now if you want to go to school. The question is, how do you bring people in safely, right?
I know.
Now, I saw lots and lots of people criticizing the mayor of California, criticizing. I see a lot of people now that are protesting because of their rights. And this is not about your rights. You can do what you want to do as long as you're not infringing on somebody else's rights. But I love the idea. Why don't you turn every mall at 8 o'clock, which the stores probably be open, turn every parking lot or a section of every mall's parking lot into a drive-in.
It's a great idea.
You will bring in a ton of traffic because you got nothing else to do.
And even think about Sears in our mall. It's just open parking lot.
It's tremendous.
Tremendous, right?
They should convert that. They should put some cones up. Over there, all they have is these barriers. It's the easiest thing to get in and out of. It's ridiculous.
So it's
And they got a food concession stand. They got a guy in a little truck.
But then
He's
you
a
bring the
food
food
concession.
trucks out, right? So
There's a
there's
food truck, yeah.
those things that close, maybe it brings into reinvention. A lot of people say good morning to Linda Summers, say
Andrea. Oh, Linda, I was going to ask you.
Lady N.
Lady Ann, of course. And Lady Ann, we're going to be working
Lady N,
on.
everyone's watching your show yesterday, and actually they commented at my house that because you saw, I sent her a picture last night, the soup again, back in action. They're like, wow, she actually saved your life. And I said, she really
Pretty
did.
much.
And they went, you had tried everything. I'd been to doctors and medicine and supplements and I've been through all of it. The one thing that gave me my life back was simple soup.
Now, did you see the 15-pointer that she sent on text?
Yes.
And it talks about how businesses should work to stay open, and these are some of the things. The number 14 stands out for me. Ask your bartenders, because they have a big social media presence, to share out whatever your business is.
Great idea.
It's a terrific idea.
Also, I thought the rental car part was amazing also. Change your insurance, call your insurance company. This is all business. That's why Lady Ann is so great at business.
That's why she's
Besides
good at
the
what she does,
cooking
yeah.
and the healthy side of it, which really saved me a long time ago, and back to soup again last night, was the business side of it. As a businesswoman, and I gotta say, my girls have been bringing it. I know you guys are gonna, I almost thought we should have like a guy-girl thing today here in the studio.
86 that.
But as a woman in business, as an entrepreneur, a female entrepreneur, her tips that she sent us yesterday are spectacular, because it's not just about cooking and opening a restaurant and doing the stuff on the outside,
Right.
the window dressings, as you say. The food is at the end of it. It's how to keep that business going creatively, effectively, and keep it happening
Yep.
and changing with the times. That I thought was incredible.
And we talked to her about putting a show together about the tools on how to get your business going again, how to get it back, the tools and everything else that you need. And this is going to include information of people that you've seen on the show, SBA loan guidance and everything else, how to fill out a PPP or EEE or FFF or whatever the hell it is. All of that is going to be encompassed in this deal. And I love the fact that she wants to play ball because she is successful at what she does. She doesn't have one restaurant, she has two. And she didn't back away when I said, when are you going to open the bowl? She said, give me a location. Like, okay, let's go.
Yeah,
Who does that?
I know. So I'm excited.
amazing.
So she did a great show yesterday, and Jeff from Promo Stuff for You was here yesterday.
Andrea says hi.
Good
The brains
morning.
of the operation.
Good morning, Andrea. Jeff came. It was a little chaotic, and he's going to send us some pens because I know it sounds really silly. I want to have pens made for the cafe and or Amp Media Productions. And you know what? I hope they get lost around town. I kind of think I'm going to have our crew lose some of our pens around
You see,
town.
Dawn, the boys are back in town.
Thank goodness.
And the boys
You guys
already,
had me upside down
we
yesterday.
got a plan. We're going to take over on the outside. You know, this may be your domain, but on the outside, we're going to go out there. We're going to be
Good.
doing pens. We're going to be doing all other approaches. I'm going to say it again. If you have a business and you want to tell the world you're open, yeah, you could do it your way, or you could do it the easy way. You come in here and you start talking. We had the author in here. That's going to be a comedy show in itself.
Interesting, right? I
Comedy
want to talk
show.
about that also.
And some of the things that she talked about, I want to try.
Well, what I want to ask is you started this morning show, so thank you for bringing my brain back to this, our European market.
Yes.
And what's interesting is these books, and I can show this because it's 9 a.m., by Amy Minty. So this is book 2, For Love or Sanity. The 5th one is this one on the bottom.
And that's the one that she wants us to highlight as the 5th one, because it just came out.
They're all falling on my lap. For Strip or Gamble. You want to hold that?
Yes.
That is the 5th book, but you don't have to read these in a sequence, so you can pick one. So she's saying start with that one because it's a bit of a thriller. It's got a little bit of
This is the movie.
scandalous sex in it.
This is the movie maker. This is the one we want to turn into a
It's
movie.
got a little bit of comedy in it. But the interesting thing is, in the United States, their audience is mostly women. The readers are mostly women. In Europe, that's why England, the British side, is mostly men.
Really?
And I find that really interesting because why? Why is that different? And your idea was a good one. You said, which you probably just made up like out of the sky, like the birds. You said because men understand women in Europe better than men understand women in the United States. Did you
No,
just
that's
make
not
that
what
up?
I said.
What did you say?
I said men want to understand women in Europe,
Oh,
just
is
like
that
men
word I was missing,
understand.
that wanna?
It's really easy. Men don't understand women. We give you that. So anything that we can read that will help us with this, we read it.
But this book, it just came out on Monday, the 25th, on Amazon for Strip or Gamble. It's already in reprint, because they were sold
ran
out of
out.
what Amazon printed.
I want to sell 1,000 books. I made a bet with her. I want to sell 1,000 books of this so that people can have book parties, whatever you want to call it. I want to go into third production.
I mean, the graphics on this for Strip or Gamble, just amazing. This one, the one you wanted,
No, I had to stop reading that.
yeah, that was a
I
little
had to-
steamy by
I had to
page 2.
I had to re-up my heart medication reading that second
But
book.
I want to do, if you have a book club, ladies in the United States, if you have a book club and you are looking for books to read over the summer, we have 5 to choose from. She is suggesting start with this one for Strip or Gamble, Fem City, Boca Dore, Fem City, Palm Beach. Anyone that's
Fem City in the
doing
United States.
anyone that's doing book clubs, because you can do these virtually, the synagogues, the churches, everyone that's doing these virtual opportunities, everyone gets to read it at home, review it, go over it, and have some fun.
That's right.
Right,
And
a little bit of fantasy.
And if you really want to have some fun, the book clubs dress up like the characters. Check that out.
So really interesting. So Amy is fantastic. You can always follow her on social media, her Saturday night performances.
I'm still trying to figure that one out, but okay.
I love her modern cheese plate. We had the crew working
Splash
on
Dance
that.
was the funny one. That was ridiculously funny. And the way they film it, it's just funny. All of it is funny. But we're going to bring her on the set. We're going to bring her in to do her own thing. There's some pieces in there that I think you're really, really going to enjoy. I think it's a fantastic piece. But I think that the book in itself will help you recognize and understand who the author is. And if you understand it, tell me, because I can't figure her out at all.
And I'm telling you that I think they're going to look into making it an audiobook also.
Yeah, I asked her that because I don't read well.
Well, I used to read a lot when I had time. Now when I have time, that hour of my day, I'll work out or do a couple workouts. And by the time I'm done with that and I do
Can't
laundry
you read and
eat,
work out at the same time?
some people can, I cannot. So if I can but I always have my headphones in. So I was thinking if I can work out and have headphones on, so I'm kind of reading at the same time, then I'm multitasking, which I kind of do really well. Then I get the best of both worlds. I can work out, hear the story, and then keep doing what I got to do.
I can't read. I don't have time. After production yesterday, I was
what
on
I'm
the phone
saying.
till 10 o'clock at night. By the time it rolls around, I'm exhausted. I'm eating with one hand dinner, and I have the phone in the other hand. Linda thinks I'm nuts.
It's kind of what I did. I was eating a cold quesadilla out of the refrigerator as I was doing the laundry and making the soup. And by then it was like 10:15, and I sat down to watch, I can't tell you one of the all-time good shows. One of the all-time shows that leaves you not having to think when you watch TV on Monday night is called Beauty and the Baker. It is one of those shows that should be on the Hallmark Channel, but it's not. It's on a network
But last
channel.
night was Tuesday.
I didn't watch it Monday, so we recorded it. And it's one of those shows where you can sit and just go, like,
So
play
hold on. You one of
out.
those people that records shows?
I don't know. All I know is they told me it was recorded, they told me it was recorded. And I won't
But do you watch recorded shows?
I don't watch a whole lot of TV, but I told you I've been watching The Hunters, and that's on Netflix.
And you're watching that? With
I've
that,
been
you can
watching that.
rewind.
I've been watching that. I watch Beauty and the Baker, and I don't watch a whole lot of TV. And when I do, I'm either with my phone and or computer at the same time. So it's like phone, computer, TV, and I get that. Did you see that? Did you see that? Because I never sit for
Did
an
you
hour
see that?
and
Did
do
you see that?
anything
I can't.
alone.
Nobody can talk when I watch a movie. You can't say that. Can you see that? I would put a staple on somebody's lips if they do that.
So you know what I said? I said, why are you always looking at me and you're not watching the TV? How do you have so much time to look at me and ask me if I'm watching, if you should be watching?
I got to get you a stop sign
Stop.
so you can have it here. You staple it on your shoulder.
go, "Stop."
Can't do. They can't watch a movie like that.
Nothing. I know, it's 20 questions during a TV show.
No, the funny thing is there are times that I watch a show with Linda and she falls asleep and wakes up. And then she doesn't want to tell me she fell asleep. So she missed a vital part of the movie. So I got to put it back so she could watch it. I said, no, not doing that. If you don't watch it, you missed it.
I fall asleep during every movie, every TV
What is it
show.
with women?
Every single
Women do
thing.
that.
I sit down, I fall asleep. I watched this, The Family Stone the other day, I told you. I said to Chelsea.
I watched that 3 times.
I said, have we seen this? And she said, probably, Mom. She said, but you
Sleeper.
probably fell asleep through it and woke up at the end.
Let
Pretty
me
much.
ask you ladies in the other room, you guys fall asleep when you watch movies?
Is Teddy here?
Teddy's here.
Oh, good morning,
Teddy
Teddy.
said no. Teddy doesn't. Valerie, you fall asleep? Another one that falls asleep.
All right, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, let's get them some mics. Let's open up our morning zoo now that our crew is in the house. I got to tell you, the guys were here bright and early this morning.
And they're making a lot of noise in there.
They did not like the pop quiz they got here on set yesterday. Slick was here bright and early.
Bright and
Vinny's in the
early.
house, and
My cousin Vinny.
I guess they learned. Interesting concept, right?
Of course, that's the only way to learn is to jump. If you want to get wet, you got to jump in the pool.
Jump right in. You know what? If it doesn't work out the first time, you try again.
That's
so you
right.
know what? Hands off to our guy crew that's in the other room because they are figuring out what they messed up on yesterday.
Well, I'm about to give them a pop quiz right now, shut it all down, and start all over.
We're going to go to a quick commercial break. Give us a call. We'll get you a bag of Don Pablo Gourmet coffee from the Brooklyn Cafe Show.
What's the question of today?
888-994-4995. The question of the day is,
How did they finish the Fury 7 movie? What did they do? And don't look it up because that's no fun.
how do they get the main actor throughout
How
the
did they
movie?
get the guy who died in the movie?
All right, let us know. We'll send you a bag of coffee. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today, 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or carmencarelaser.com.
They call me Don Pablo, and 20 years ago, I discovered my passion for great quality coffee. Today, we're roasting excellent quality coffee that's rich, smooth, and very complex. It's a taste that's new in the world.
Great food, and an even better customer connection. Their owner, Nico, runs the friendliest and cleanest pizzeria for miles around. With their pizza made with whole wheat, gluten-free, cauliflower crust, and traditional New York style, you can't go wrong. Plus all the extras like salad and chicken wings. They are a family-run business with a great atmosphere. Call today to order your pizza and tell them the Brooklyn Cafe sent you at 561-961-4163. That's 561-961-4163.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And ding, 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 ding. Teddy brought the whiteboard?
Teddy has the
Teddy
whiteboard.
brought the whiteboard.
You should see all the shows and everything being put in there and produced. And that's not the 7 new ones that I got cooking in my brain.
And there's Valerie. Valerie, we got to get you girls a mic. She doesn't like the camera.
Valerie,
Why?
what are you
Because
doing?
Freddie, it's sideways and my head's not in it and Freddie is? Would that be it? It's all good.
You're not in it? You're
Only
in it?
half my head is in it.
Oh, you should have said something.
Why?
I see you.
I kind of was liking the look of me sideways. It's kind of like a funhouse camera.
I see
You know
you.
when you walk up the slope in the mirrors?
No.
Yes. It was kind of like a funhouse shot.
The better?
Thank you, Valerie.
Valerie comes in here stomping her feet.
I got to tell you, at least she didn't trip like I did yesterday moving some cameras around. Oh, my goodness. That's all I
Okay,
can tell
now
you.
what I want to do, for all of you who watch Twitter, the president's fighting with Twitter. You just see that? I heard that. But he's stupid. You open your mouth, say the wrong thing, you're going to get penalized. I want to have the morning crew. You remember the picture that Danielle put together? A bunch of us and misfits, the misfits in this place? And I would like to have the morning crew here.
I agree, but you've got them all in separate rooms.
And I'm going to put a computer here to run the board from here.
Okay,
There will be a third board.
okay.
I don't have them in separate rooms. I put them in there because I had to give them a time out for what happened yesterday. Never
And yes,
again.
if you do not, if you're new to our crew and our morning brew, our crew, a lot of them are interns. Some of them have been with us for a long time. Some of them are new. So the best way to learn is to sink or swim. And yesterday the guys kind of sunk. And we did not have the girls throw in a life preserver, is all I can tell you.
And I purposely did that because I wanted people to understand. I wanted the crew to understand that there is no forgiveness in the production business. You either get it right or you get it wrong. There ain't no in between. There is no such thing as being a little pregnant in the production business. Now, they did a lot of work yesterday. You got banners going in there. We're cleaning this place up. They're doing a lot of work. I'm not denying that. But they don't know what's coming. We are going to introduce 7 new shows, 7 new platforms. Each producer who is here to learn to produce will be producing their own segment plus their own show. You got Teddy Unscripted. You got Small Talk with Valerie. You got B's show. You got...
Hector, homemade with the animator.
And that's an interesting piece. He says to me, nobody wants to watch him. I said, Hector, it's probably the only time people want to watch you is when you're cooking, which is kind of interesting, right?
So we didn't get the piece, but I wanted to play it this morning, so we're going to put him in on a Thursday slot.
We did get, he hasn't filmed it yet. He's doing it Thursday.
Okay.
It takes him a little while to put that together because of the angles. But he also, I don't know if you printed the rules on setting up that deal in there.
I
so
did.
We're going to hang it on a board in there. But there's a lot of things that goes on behind the scenes. And we want you, the public, to understand that we're trying to bring you all sorts of shows, all sorts of angles, all sorts, from car dealerships down to selling piraguas. You know what a piragua is?
It's a piragua.
It's an icicle.
I was going to
Shaved
say
ice,
it's got agua, so
shaved ice, and you put the syrup on it,
I like that. Ices.
like an icy. No, that's Italian, has ices. Piraguas are Puerto Rican.
Oh, speaking of Italian, we've got Jimmy C's joining us tomorrow morning. So I'm excited because Michelle Olsen-Rogers, Modern Boca mom, blogger, introduced us to Jimmy C's and the great family meals that they offer, $29.95. It's a meal for 2, but she said it really feeds a family of 4. And they're so busy. They're here in East Boca. They're going to be joining us on the 9:30 show tomorrow. And I said, is that a problem getting food 9:30 in the morning? So we're having Italian food for breakfast tomorrow morning, just so you know. Be ready. And she
I'm not
said-
going to eat.
And she said, not at all. Don't eat dinner tonight because you're
Tonight.
going to have dinner tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
Now, let me ask you a question.
You know how you have breakfast for dinner? We're going to have dinner
Oh,
for
I love
breakfast.
that.
So if we can do dinner for breakfast tomorrow,
So what are we having?
I think we're gonna, I have to call them today after 3 because they're so busy. Maybe eggplant parmesan, meatballs, baked ziti.
For breakfast?
For breakfast.
That's heavy.
How you like that?
I don't know if I like that.
So you can just
I
smell
can
it
have
and
it for
you can have
lunch.
it for lunch.
Yeah. Teddy, I want to try something new. You and Valerie in the control room. I want to try something new. I don't care who you pick. I want you to call somebody on our system. I don't care who. It could be a friend, it could be your mom, dad, whoever you want. I don't care. And I want you to put them on the line because I want to talk to them. I want to find out what they're up to today. I want to go in
okay.
reverse. So because you guys don't want to call us, we're going to end up calling you. And whoever
good to
you
me.
call, if they play along, tell them there's a free bag of coffee in it for them.
We could call Tracy. A lot of people. I've been playing phone tag with Tracy from Healing Moments for weeks.
Yeah, but Tracy's busy. She was in Orlando and everything else.
So busy.
Just call anybody. You pick. I want to see if the system works in reverse.
And I want to give a big shout out to Patricia Dutch of Dutch Designs. You can see they brought us new flowers on the set yesterday. So we've got these, which are beautiful. The sunflowers are always amazing. You know, the sunflowers always make me think of Ariel Anaker, the little girl that died from cancer, because that was always her
Well,
flower.
That's just a romantic thought. You know, moving on.
But you know what? It's always a sign, and it's spring, and it's life. And I was never a big sunflower person, but I have to say these sunflowers, and there's a huge arrangement in our studio, so we'll
Yes.
be checking that out later today on our afternoon show. But Dutch Designs, the flowers are beautiful. They last. These roses are, they just brought them yesterday.
Do you know my mother tried to grow this in Puerto Rico?
Sunflowers?
And I think she got 3 or 4. And they grow these long stems.
They've got
man.
really long stems. They're beautiful.
It was taller than me. And what happens is that my father told her the soil wasn't, and it has to be rich in some kind of mineral for it to grow. And she got 4. And now that you bring that, I used to be so afraid of the sunflower
Why?
because it was taller than me, and I always thought it was a person.
It's funny, there used to be sunflower fields in West Boca. There are now apartments and I think a movie theater on those lands. But over by 441 and Glades, there was a huge field. And yes, they grow really tall of sunflowers. Beautiful flowers. It was never a flower that I said, oh, let me have them. But as people send them in, it just, you get reappreciation of the different sponsors that we have that work with us.
And they should grow here easily, right? Because sunflower means flower of the sun.
Ah, there you
Yeah.
go.
But they're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful flowers.
So thank you to Dutch Designs. And yes, you can order flowers anytime. I want one of the crew to be putting a commercial spot together for her. The event ideas probably have changed a little bit, but having flowers delivered anytime, any size, from small arrangements to large ones. She sent my mother them. Actually, I should put those in the picture as well. The most beautiful red roses. We did a belated Mother's Day, or it was a Mother's Day redo. And she said because she was unexpected, they were even more beautiful to get a dozen long stem red roses.
Now, do you remember?
Oh, there's my mic.
No, it's just louder. Do you remember when we used to celebrate Christmas in July?
Yes?
We used to wear the Santa hats and all that. One of the things that, what'd you get? Mama San, okay, put her on. One of the things that's nice about this is that we're going to celebrate all the holidays. When this is all said and done, we're gonna what the hell is that? Is that water?
Are you talking to me, Mr. Freddie?
Talking to me?
Are you in the bathroom?
No, I'm washing dishes.
Is that what you're
Are
doing?
you talking to me? How
I'm
you
talking
doing?
to you,
Are you
Mama
talking
San.
to me?
I'm talking to
How
you.
are you? I'm going to make another batch of limoncello. Did you enjoy the first one?
I'm going to tell you something. Somebody here drank my limoncello. I used to have a little limoncello every day, maybe more.
We have a little bit left. We want to try the creamy. We've never heard of creamy
No, you ain't got
limoncello.
to try nothing. You stick with what works.
She makes different flavors, apparently.
Does she?
I'll have the creamy. Teddy will bring it in tomorrow.
What I would like to do with Mama San is bring her in on a Friday. We'll mask her all up. When Mia is doing her cocktail of the week. And bring in the limoncello and bring her in here and see what happens. I think it'll be a nice segue to the weekend.
But I want to know, how did you learn to make limoncello? Like, of what desire was it to say, you know what, I'm going to learn how to make limoncello?
Oh, that she's going to learn. She don't cook, but she's going to learn how to make
Heck
limoncello.
yeah.
That's right. That I got. Well, yeah, it's very easy. I tasted it, loved it, went on. I have a cookbook by Debbie Mazur, and had the recipe there, made it, and then I developed from there my own taste. So that's how I got it.
And I hear Teddy
And
tells
creamy
me,
limoncello is great. Teddy likes it even better than the regular.
And you know if Teddy likes it.
and she makes it with orange also, I hear.
With clementines, yep.
Clementines.
Yep.
I thought Clementine
Yeah.
was a book. Wasn't there a book, My Clementine?
Or a name.
That'd be my funny
Or a
Valentine.
song.
Do they put lemon in limoncello?
Well, what else do you think it's made with?
I don't know. You're putting oranges in it. Who knows?
No, that's a limoncello. All it is I use Meyer lemons, the zest, infused in grain alcohol or vodka, whatever you got. Let it sit for a month. Mix some simple syrup in it. Boom, limoncello.
A month.
A month,
Wow.
A month.
It ferments longer than your bubonic plague stuff.
2 weeks. You know, we have to make limoncello last year for this year. So we got to do 12 bottles from
fun.
January to January because it'll ferment. It'll turn into a brick.
All you need is vodka or grain alcohol, really whatever you have, and it would make probably a great hand sanitizer too.
I would just put that. I would just
pour
put the
grain
vodka with a
alcohol on your
lemon.
hands. It's done.
Pour some on your hands. You know what? We keep you safe and calm at the same time.
Now, I wanted to.
That's
the reason
right.
the reason we're calling is we wanted to know what are you doing now that we're in phase one. You live in Boca, correct?
Yes.
What are you doing right now that you weren't doing a month ago? Are you going out yet?
No, definitely not going out. I'm kind of leery about going to restaurants, even though I know they have the plexiglass set up and the mask and the disposable menus. I'm still a little leery of restaurants. Am I going to Publix with more confidence than I was before? I'm still wiping down everything. Absolutely. Have not changed one bit.
Okay, and that's important because I think that the reason for this exercise is that I want restaurant owners and business people to understand how the general public is perceiving safety. You know, you can open all the restaurants you want, but like she said, she doesn't have that confidence yet. So,
No.
one of the rules, one of the tools, not the rules, one of the tools that Lady Ann that I read was about building the confidence of your public, of your patrons. And this is a good example. So I want to do a segment like this every day to find out if that level of confidence begins to go north, it begins to get better. Because you
I
want to
think
talk
it
about,
will once. I really think that I'll become more confident. Teddy went out to Atlantic and went to a restaurant and said it was very safe, but I have to feel it. Also, I have Marvin at home who's not well, so I'm really paranoid about doing anything.
right. You
So
have a
I guess
different
I just got to be so careful with him. That's another key to why I'm really hesitant about going out and resuming normal life.
Absolutely.
Well, there you have it. But I wanted to bring somebody in to get their feel, because you and I sit here 3 hours a day and we tell people, you know, get your business safe and blah, 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 blah. It really doesn't matter what we say. It really matters what people perceive, right?
What
So
they're
you have a-
comfortable
Yeah.
doing, absolutely.
Yep. That's why, you know, having the food brought in and things of that nature, having things like at the doorsteps, the limoncello at the studio, all that good stuff. But listen,
Yeah.
I want to
Absolutely.
thank you for playing along. We're going to send you a bag of coffee because
Thank you.
I think it's important that we get the feel of the community, which is going to be a new segment we're going to be doing.
That's
so that
very
we-
interesting. I think where I live, a lot of people feel the same way I do. They want to go out, but not yet.
Well, remember we used to do Mom Online segment?
Yes.
What if we do Mom in the Neighborhood segment? Mom in the Hood.
But somebody has to go out, not in the hood, don't say that.
The
It's the same thing with the
neighborhood.
drive-side thing, the drive-by
The
thing.
drive-by.
But how are you going to get somebody?
On the phone.
I know, but that means that we have to go outside.
She can call her friends on the phone and say, we're just trying to get a sampling of the community. What do you like? What do you feel comfortable?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I
Oh,
would
we
do
could
that.
Oh, that
Right?
would
We
be
could just do
great.
it on the
I
phone.
could walk around my neighborhood and talk to people.
I like that.
That'd be
Yeah, we
good.
used to have a segment
Thank
called
you.
Mom Online. She used to go stand on school lines.
So why don't we do it in the neighborhood? Let us know what neighborhood you're in, and you can walk, when people are walking around in their social distancing and have the conversation.
And it's valuable data information for the businesses. You're opening up to what? You don't even know what you're opening up to. Listen to the community.
Right.
I think that's a great idea.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Start at morning time. People are walking their dogs.
Well, you got to get them in the
I
morning
see
because
'em all the
midday.
time.
they
Mom's there all the time.
And you know, the other funny thing is I'm going to send one of the kids out, bubble wrapped, to the beaches. We'll film something on the beaches and ask, okay, let me ask you a question. What is this mess you got going out here? I mean, I'm just going to bring it and find out what people will talk about.
Absolutely.
It'll be a little
All
fun.
right, we're going to try the creamy limoncello tomorrow.
You know,
so that
you
means we got to
always-
finish this limoncello
Tell you
today.
bring it in.
Okay.
They're laughing.
Thank you, Mama Son, for calling in and starting the parade.
You're
we'll put
welcome.
that together.
Have a great day.
You're the
Thank you,
best.
too.
Listening.
You're the best. I'm gonna
Take-
tell you. I tell you, Teddy's mom is the best. She used to go on remote. Remember the time that we lost a wire, it broke, and she went. I don't know where the hell she came up with the wire. And she said, "Here." I went, "Holy."
And then there was the time we needed batteries. She brought that
She
in.
brought
Then
that
there was
in.
the time the kids wanted lunch. She brought that in.
I tell you,
It's like having another mom on the set. It's
I
kind of
tell you.
nice.
Kind of nice to have another mom in the set.
A lot going on.
Good stuff. Okay, so that's going to be the new segment. It's one of the 7. We're down to 1. We're going to do 6 more. And we're going to be talking about, like we said, tools for businesses, and then we're down to 5 more. And we got, what are you looking at? You know something? I want the clock moved. You keep looking behind me up like if somebody's over me. That gives me the creeps.
No creeps. Give us a call. We're still waiting to find out how they had Furious 7 film for the rest of the day. The rest of the film, 888-994-4995. Or you can give us your best limoncello recipe. So let's see. Let's compare them out. A month of fermenting.
A month of fermenting.
See how that rock and rolls. One
have
blow and go.
I got to tell you something about my one blow and go deal. Wayne, if you're listening, something that was brought to my attention. You know, unfortunately, people die, and people have to blow their nose and tears and everything else, right? So, would you use a box that a company gives you, everybody can pull one blow and go, or would you rather have your own?
I would share a box.
You would share a box.
Yeah.
A lot of people won't.
You know, at some point, you just got to do what you got to do. I don't know why. You take a tissue and done. Boom. Boom,
Yes.
though. Done.
But this is because you know it's here. Would you do it at an unknown premises? Would you do
Yes.
it from a restaurant?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
This is the same person who told Jeff about people not touching the knobs on an elevator.
Yes.
How do you go up and down an elevator?
I use my knuckle,
Oh, your knuckle doesn't get infected?
and then I use sanitizer
So why don't you just use your finger?
because my nails get in the way,
Oh, so you use your knuckle no matter what?
no matter what.
So if I had a box of one blow and go inside the elevator where you pull it and you hit the buttons, would that be more sanitary?
Probably.
That's what we came up with yesterday.
But it's a waste of paper. It's killing trees. So there's got to be a better way.
It's a napkin.
So the cootie key
The
is
napkins are
actually
already
better.
made. It's just using the napkin that killed the tree a long time ago.
So the cootie key is probably better because it's much more environmentally friendly.
Yeah, but
and you
nobody's
clean
going
it.
to have a cootie key all the time.
So just use your knuckle and get some hand sanitizer and done.
All
I
right.
mean, you got to get back into life a little bit.
I went to the radio station. 4 people got into the elevator. And it was funny because one of them was Leslie Jock, and he asked, is it okay if the 4 of us ride down? Because this elevator takes 15 minutes to go up and 15 minutes to come down. I agree, Linda agreed, he agreed, and there was somebody else, a host. We go in the elevator. The doors close. Nobody wants to touch the number 1 button to go down.
What's wrong with you people?
I was just watching. So Leslie, because he's Leslie Jock, says, do you want me to press the button? Meaning he didn't want to. So I says, Leslie, I got it. And I did it with my elbow. Then I'm sitting there saying, why am I hitting it with my elbow? What's the difference between that and the knuckle and my finger?
Because you're not going to rub your face with your elbow.
How do you know?
Because I'd like to see that contortionism.
Well, maybe I rub my face on a lot of elbows. I mean, a lot of faces with my elbow.
Oh my gosh, did you see that funny post that Wayne put out?
No.
Why there's no more men? Something about men and women. I got to pull the post. It was hilarious.
Do you know the post?
Yes, but I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to pull it up during commercial break and take a look at it. Because you cannot scratch your face with your elbow.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. You can scratch somebody else's
I heard
face,
people
but-
don't lick their elbows,
And that
but you
too.
always put your fingers in your mouth.
100%.
Yeah, I know some ladies that do that in this place. You have to put pepper on their hands.
100%. Let's take a commercial break. I'm going to find that post. We're going to upload it. It's really funny. Stay tuned. 888-994-4995, and we will be right back.
Hey everyone, this is Jeff, your branding specialist with Promo Stuff For You. So we're entering the new year. By now everybody has gotten their corporate gift, so this time of year generally is quiet with the exception of marketing departments trying to figure out what they're going to do for 2020. So it's really important that a company figures out and does proper planning throughout the year as to what type of marketing they want to do. At Promo Stuff For You, I love being able to sit down with a client and figuring exactly what they want to do, when they want to do it, and time it with the various events they might have coming up.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Callaway here from the VoiceOver Connection, and I'm here to tell you that you're missing out. Everybody has a dream, something that they believe can change their life or even change the world. The difference between letting that dream slip and making it come true all depends on whether or not you can make the world believe your dream too. Here at the VoiceOver Connection, we specialize in selling dreams. Our team of well-connected and influential voices will help take your ambitions, your deepest and wildest aspirations to places that you never imagined you could reach. The time for dreaming is over. You've done enough of that already. It's time to take action. Elevate your business by giving your dream a voice. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or email us at thebrooklynCafeTV@gmail.com. Because a dream is only a dream until you decide to make it real.
We are on fire, so let's spread your business like fire. Spotlight your business, ideas, and events through our Brooklyn Cafe TV channel on Amazon Fire. Contact us today at 866-224-5422 for more information. Let the whole town, even the whole country, know your message with the click of a button. Together, we ignite.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And ding, 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 ding. I love our producer. She's like, you guys just got to get back on set, and neither one of us was here. Valerie's like, I am taking no prisoners. I'm running my board. Are you guys ready to get back to work?
She's right, because the
She's
director tells you to
100%
get
right.
on set, you better be on set.
She's 100% right.
All right, do you want to answer the question, being that nobody's calling in?
What's the question?
I mean, answer the question.
What's the question?
How did they get Furious 7, the actor
I don't
in the
know.
movie? You want to answer or not? I'll
Yes.
give you the
Oh, do I
answer.
want an answer? Yes, I would like an answer. I
Well,
thought
you don't
said,
understand my Puerto Rican?
I thought you said, do I want to answer?
Do
Do I
you
want
want me to
to
give you the answer in Spanish? Te voy a hablar en español y tú no me... Bueno, tú entiendes.
No, I'd like it in English, please, because yes, I understand your Spanish.
The
Un poquito.
gentleman that was killed in the deal has two brothers that look just like him. And what they did was they embedded them in the movie. And if you look at all of the show, the way they did it, it's when it's on him, it's off. On him, off. You know it's him. And then they moved the camera to the side. I mean,
Interesting.
it was just remarkable how they did that. You know, Wayne The Rock Johnson is in the movie. He's been in all of them. And the other guy, the other wrestler is in there. And the way they end the movie is on a highway, because they didn't make it that he died. They made it that he left with his family. And there's a highway, and it veers to the left, and the rest of them go to the right. It was really touching. And then it made me look up everything about that movie and how sad they were that he died, and they mourned, and they wanted to dedicate the movie to him, which they did, and they finished it. So that just reminded me of what we're going through right now. You know, the body is still alive spiritually for him. We're still alive. We got to come back, and we got to be better and bigger. I mean, that movie was put together fantastically. It shows that when things are down, man, you can find a way around.
It's got to find a workaround.
That workaround.
A workaround. Kids in camp going into empty retail spaces. I mean, there are things, empty stadiums and event spaces turning into drive-in movie theaters. A workaround to keep people safe, but to keep them engaged and to keep our economy and our community growing. So I sent the crew a post that you have to put up. So Valerie and Teddy, let's put this up. This is hilarious. I saw it that Wayne posted, Wayne Henry from Dignity Memorial, Southeast Florida.
I can't see that. Give it an isolation because I can't read it.
We're allowed back to work, but you've got to remember to avoid men, M-E-N, mouth, eyes, and nose. Instead, follow women. Wash your hands, obey social distancing, mask up, exercise and eat well, no unnecessary traveling. Is that hilarious?
Hold on. Go back to men. M-E-N?
Avoid men, mouth, eyes, nose.
Well, that's right. Eyes is spelled with an E.
Is that a great post? It'd make a really great T-shirt, actually.
I don't know if that's a great post.
Girls, do you like that post?
Of course you're going to like it. Of course you're going to like it.
Teddy goes, I love that post. Is that fun?
No,
Great
I don't
post.
think that's funny at all. Avoid men, mouth, eyes, no. I don't know if I don't know if I'm too hippie to this.
I thought it was kind of funny.
Of course. I'm going to tell you something. I got to ask.
Back to our conversation this morning.
I got to ask questions. I got to ask the question. And ladies, you could join. If you want to get a mic, you can join in real quick. We've already got 8 minutes. Women, deep down inside, are all angry at men?
No,
Yes. Is her mic on? I don't know if you love men.
I love men.
Loving something doesn't mean that you want to see it be put in its place, for lack of a better word.
Not at all.
Really?
Because I have Freddy's, so I'm 8th grade.
Really?
Really. 3?
No, 2. A1 and 2.
1.
There you go. Now talk.
Really,
There you go.
really, really.
So let me ask you. You talk. So but stay here, because I want to ask you. Now that you're here, sit over there.
There. Oh,
So we can put you. We're gonna light up 3. But I want to ask: do you think that women love that love men? Okay, they love men. But do you think that maybe once in a while it's good to put a man in his place?
No, not necessarily.
Oh, all of a sudden, huh? You love men. Okay, so the assumption is.
What month are you?
do
8th
women
grade?
want to
Let's put up 8th grade, Valerie.
8-3, Valerie. Do you want men? It's open. Do you want? Just hit it. Do you want? You were bringing that one. Do you think that men should be put in their place?
What place?
In other words, it isn't about hating men, not being angry at men. Like that whole thing. Avoid men. M-E-N.
I think some men, just like some women, I think people need to put their place sometimes.
Exactly.
Gender.
I laugh because I've met
Exactly.
women this week. Don't give me the exactly, because you know where I'm
There
going
are
with
some
this.
women that you like to put in their place, and then there are some men that you like to put in their place.
No, I don't put women in their place. I sort of scratch my head sometimes and say, why do you say some of the things you do? Human behavior to me is really weird.
Yeah.
We don't have any kind of consistency when we act towards one another. The bullying is a perfect example. What the hell is going on with this?
Then we're consistently inconsistent. That's a segment.
We've always said the most consistent thing in life is
It's
inconsistency.
inconsistencies, exactly.
But sometimes it spills over to how men and women treat one another. Young people, my son Gio, I'll use him for an example because he's not in the room, I can talk about him. I say to Gio, you're young, you're a superstar, you're a genius, but your delivery in the older market is going to be looked at with skepticism. Not because he doesn't do the job. He avoided a fire at a company yesterday. Batteries were going to explode, and he told him, I would unplug that immediately. And the fire department came and says, this guy saved your company. It would have gone up like a hairball,
Wow.
because they have chemicals on plants and stuff. But his age becomes the barrier. Women, do they feel there's still a barrier? Because they talk about unequal pay, and everything else. The girls' soccer team, you should see the USA soccer team, they went to
Yeah.
court. They lost.
Tell you, our crew, the girls bring it.
I never said they didn't.
So do I think there's an issue? Not in our field and not in our home, because our girls and our guys here, they each bring their own gifts, and gender absolutely has nothing to do with any of it. They are who they are.
You feel the same way?
I'm a little partial.
I think in our studio, there's like absolutely nothing I agree with Dawn. I think in general, in the actual like outside of our studio, yeah, for sure, I've been absolutely ignored. And then a guy says the exact same thing I just said, and he's praised. Like that happens 100% of the time. But I think here we have a really good environment where that's never happened. Everyone's pretty equal.
Okay, but hold on. In here, yes. I'm talking about the outside, because this is a controlled environment here. And people know that we won't tolerate it, so it's a different animal. But on the outside, you've had other jobs, you've gone to school, you've dated guys in your life, the whole 9 yards. Do you feel in your short, because you've only been alive, 24 years?
Yeah.
In your period of time, do you think that it's been fair, that you've been treated fairly on your merits? Because I'm going to tell you, when I first met you, I thought you were good. It isn't until now that I think you're great. And I think that Valerie, she has a role model because she's growing into her own as well. Guys are different.
Hello. I think that your mic is just the magic one. It turns all the other ones on. I think that, yeah, in outside world, yeah, there's definitely been a million times when, I worked at a bar and I was a bartender and people didn't believe what I said about beer, and they would have to go ask someone who wasn't a bartender who had never had beers because he was a guy. Or when I used to work in theater, if I was doing construction, people would be like, oh, let me do that. I'm like, no, you don't know how to do this. Oh, I'm a man. I can do this. That happens all the time in every profession.
Really?
Yeah, it still happens. I used to be the only one when I was in college who did welding in my class. And to this day, I probably only did about 20 minutes of it because people would push me out of the way saying, oh, you young lady, it's okay. You don't have to do that. I'll do it for you.
Never mess with time.
What I don't understand, what I don't get, we're going to try to figure out what's wrong with the mics after the show. What I don't understand is that I grew up with a sister. And my sister used to always say to me, what you know, I've forgotten. I said, really? Yep, because everything you know, I taught you. So I grew up with the mentality that my sister, the female, knows a whole lot more than me. She has 2 masters in education, the whole. My sister can't open up a bottle of beer. She doesn't know how. But ask her about human behavior, and she's good. Everybody has a calling. So I think that the problem that we have is the judgment part of your sentence is what I have a problem with. I don't think it's about the intelligence. You're going to know somewhere along the spectrum you're good, better, and not so good at. Same thing with me.
And this isn't all, this isn't a thing to say, every man I've worked with, obviously here, and I've worked at other places where people are extremely respectful, and I've had guys stand up for me and be like, no, you can ask her, she knows more than I do, or her answer is correct. It's just those few bad seeds who come in who treat you like that.
What time is it there? Okay, we're going to go 1 more minute. But then because we started late, then I have the $1 million question. Now we understand the perception, but how does it make you feel? Does it change who you are tomorrow?
Without getting too deep, when I was younger, it really affected me a lot. I used to go home in tears from jobs because people would scream at me because I was a girl and I didn't know what I was doing. And now I think it just got to the point where it doesn't happen as much because I have less of an issue standing up for myself. And I'm in a more solid place in my life where I'm like, all right, you're dumb. Thank you. And I can move on from it. When I was younger, it really affected me.
Interesting. And the reason that I'm even bringing this whole thing up is because as we get into phase 2, phase 3, the new normal, because we're never going to go back to normal, the new normal, maybe we should start using a little bit of these a little bit more and listen to youth. Listen to America Tomorrow, because these are the kids that you're going to be relying on to make the decisions. And I see a lot of anger. I see a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, a lot of people feeling the inside of insecurity because of how they were treated. I'm going to tell you, stupid in, you get stupid out. If you treat people stupid, that's what you're going to get in return. So mention of today, listen with your ears and be a little bit kinder to the person next to you.
Tune in, Teddy Unscripted, coming at 10:30. What are you talking about?
Hopefully my guest will answer me, and I'm going to have a really cool new version of the mask that will make them a little more wearable, comfortable, and more accessible for restaurants.
Your mask, Freddie.
Oh, the mask.
The mask.
Check this out. Now, that mask was around before I started saying it, right?
I found out about it. I don't know when she made it. I found
Who you
out
gonna
about it
ask?
about a week
Ooh,
later.
I want to hear this show.
All right, tune in today at 10:30, Teddy Unscripted on 2020 Vision at the Brooklyn Cafe Show. 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, we're starting an auction of 3 spectacular sports memorabilia pieces that will be auctioned off tomorrow night on the 2-minute warning. So tune in at that on 12 o'clock. We've got a piece with Bernie Kosar, we've got a piece with Benny Blades, and we have a piece with Dan Marino. All proceeds go back to the Benny Blades 36 Foundation to give back to our youth for scholarships, for school, and to keep them safe in their community. So all proceeds from all of those 3 items that are being auctioned tomorrow night at 7:30 will go back to the Benny Blades 36 Foundation. So we're going to put those pieces up for our 12 o'clock show. I think we'll do it in here so we can
We're
spotlight
going to
those.
figure that whole thing out. You don't want to miss the show.
But tune in. Bidding will start, I don't know, it's supposed to start tomorrow, but I'm thinking maybe we open it up a little bit early.
We gotta talk about that. 'Cause
So
radio
stay
is a
tuned. That's
different
coming to you
animal.
at 12 o'clock, and Teddy Unscripted at 10:30. We'll see you later.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.